close game. Everyone is yelling at me I will not be part of this negativity. No. Believe it or not, Jay, you can take negativity and make it into positivity. It's the truth. That's actually one of the things that we're going to be talking about. So, but yeah, guys. So, let me go ahead and just kind of start off this positivity talk and give you guys a little bit of info for what it is. So, on today's positivity talk, we're going to be going over very, very generic positivity and why positivity is important. So, basically, it's going to be able to help your guys' lives. It's a way that you can honestly live a more fulfilling and better life. And it also has a whole bunch of benefits that probably you may or may not have ever known about. Dude, they're kicking me in the face. How rude. And I just want to give you guys, again, a little bit of info about it and like how it's going to be able to affect your life in a great way. So I want to also acknowledge right from the get-go that I know just from experience that a lot of the times whenever you're going through life, there are times where positivity just really isn't something that is really great, right? Like it's great, but it's not attainable. So it's not something that you're just like, oh, this is going to be easy. So in seasons of life, you're going to have trials and you're going to have tribulations. And like if there's times for mourning, there's time for sadness, and those things happen. I want to acknowledge the fact that if you're at that stage in your life right now, like those feelings are completely validated, right? Because you're going to handle things the way that you need to handle them. Positivity and what I'm bringing to the table and what I'm going to be talking about is ways that you can handle that in a different light. Okay? Because like I'm going to go ahead and say it, I'm human. Like I don't have like this completely positivity, all positive 100% all the time outlook, right? Things happen and it's just kind of coming at me, right? Like, and sometimes you're blindsided by things that you can't control, but with positivity, you can make it into a good thing. And I know that that's really hard to see sometimes, and so I just want to acknowledge those people that are in that place right now. I feel for you. I'm sorry to hear about that, but just know that hopefully this talk brings you up a little bit and gets you a little bit excited for the future, and whenever you're kind of riding this wave of just that season of life. So the first thing I want to talk about is like why is it that why, kind of the two big questions for this one is like kind of starting that why portion. Why positivity, and really honestly why for me. So first I'm going to talk about me because I think that one's right from the get-go, just so that you know who you're talking to. For anybody who's in the stream that's new, or for anybody who's watching this either on Twitch or on YouTube or anything, just as a rerun on a recap of this. So one, it's who I am and what I believe in, and really what I've lived my life by. So Jay can attest to this. People who have been in the stream can attest to this. This is something that it's just innate in who I am. It's something I was born with, and it's something that my mother instilled in me to be able to keep thinking positively. Okay, it's something that's driven me throughout my life, and honestly, I've lived a great life. And I'm not saying that I've gone through less than anybody or more than anybody at the same point in time, but the way that I view my life is extremely positive. And whenever you look at that, because honestly, there are going to be people who have gone through more or less than what you have. You have no idea what people are going to be going through. And so you definitely want to be able to respect that, and to be able to, really think about what you're going to be doing whenever you're thinking positively, and you're going to be living that awesome life and wanting that for other people whenever you're doing that. So that's, I live through positivity. Like that's the only way that I can even live. That's the only way that I can even survive, is through that. So not only is it who I am and what I believed in, but and how I've lived my life by, I have been studying positive psychology and the effects of positivity really honestly since high school. I was sitting here back at this, and I actually looked back at like a couple of the different reports that I did back in my good old Raymore Peculiar high school days that were really extremely helpful to me. And I looked at those and I'm like, man, I've been thinking about this stuff for a minute, right? Like that's crazy. This guy's hiding behind this guy, and I don't appreciate that. So not only is it something that I've been studying for just in college, because I also did it there with psychology, which I studied for years in. That's going to be something to where that's going to help out a lot of people being able to go through that. But also, I'm a student of it now, still today. I'm still learning and being able to figure out what things do what and how I can make things better. So every single day, I'm listening to podcasts about gratefulness. I'm talking to people. I'm listening to their stories. I'm acting as a counselor, as a guidance person, and so that is something to where I am constantly on a learner level and a research level of how I can make myself better and how I can make this world better. And whenever I do that, I've studied things such as, I've not only done it with those type of classes, I've even gone and researched. So Harvard's #1 class that's attended, you know what it's called? It's happiness. It's the happiness advantage. So it's something that's actually literally taught as a class at Harvard, like one of the world's leading institutes for academia, and they're obviously thinking that it's worth it because they're teaching a whole class on it. So why would this be anything? Why wouldn't this be important if it wasn't so that I got him. Okay, I'm gonna die, but oh well. So that's pretty crazy, isn't it? Harvard, one of Harvard's most attended classes is a class on happiness, and so that is something that I've read about it. I've read the books that's even taught in there, and not only that, what I've done for a job for the past, quite literally 6 years. That's my focus. That is exactly what I do for a job, and not only that, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I've won some awards. Like, I've been able to create and foster an environment that has enabled people to live out a more positive life that ultimately has gotten us to be a top the place where I worked at before, a top company to work for, in the entire nation. And not only that, something that's constantly being praised for camaraderie, for diversity, for enabling people to be able to live out better lives. Like, that is something that I can tell you right now is that's a pretty big accomplishment. That's not something that's super easy. So I've had some experience in that as well. Now, the one thing that I will say is that I'm still a human, right? Like, I am not some guy who's like a know-it-all, be-all of positivity. But I know a little bit. But I'm still learning with it, and that's why after this we'll have like a Q&A session that'll go over just like, hey, what kind of questions do you guys have? What did you think about it? And if you're watching this anywhere, please come over to please feel free to come over to twitch.tv/Rufio. That's with 2 O's and 3 H's. That way you can be part of the conversation afterwards. Would love to have you. Would love to have that kind of insight, because I'm a big believer in the more minds you have in a room, the better that everything's gonna go. Because you're gonna have more creative juices flowing, and also you're gonna be able to have just honestly better conversations. So we'd love to have anybody that's on there, or if you guys feel that this is helpful for anybody, please share it. Go out there. I don't need like any type of recognition for it. I just want it to be something that's gonna actually help somebody. Like, if you feel that that's gonna be something that's gonna be valuable to someone else, that's what I want. I want to be able to, even if it's just like one positive thing that's throughout the day, that's what I want. Joaquin was saying hi. Our person doesn't know that now. Oh, thanks, Jay. I really appreciate that. So I can attest to the fact that you're a very uplifting person, very uplifting personality, most positive person I know. Thanks, Katie. That's really awesome. Thank you for that. And so, and I'll talk about why that's important too. But so that's going to give you a little bit of insight on me and why me. But another one that just to think about is so we're going to talk about why is positivity important. The first thing I'm gonna give you is kind of a, I don't mean for this to be kind of like a, hey, what in the world type thing, but it's gonna be what's called a DUH test. Like, if you're sitting here thinking about is positivity important in my life, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you to run a DUH test. For those of you who don't know what a DUH test is, a duh test, a duh. Okay, I'm sorry, but if you haven't heard of this thing called positivity, you need to check yourself. All right, because it's everywhere. I mean, whenever you have a positive diagnosis of it, that means that it's right. Whenever someone's positive, that means that they are sure. That means that they know what's right is ready to go. I mean, positivity is rooted in good stuff and is rooted in being what's right. So think about that for a second, okay? Even just the derivative of the word is rooted in being something that's important and already in there. So my goal is to say an insult to you, but you walk away feeling better about yourself. But so whenever you do that, that's something that's going to be able to help. So just even from the natural state of the word. So think about that. All right, that's something to talk about right from the get-go. Is just the word itself. So right there, from where we get this. Like one thing to think about is look at its opposite, right? So negativity. What is negativity? Negativity, if you look it up, is the absence. Okay, the absence of positivity. Okay, being negative is known, but it's only known because it doesn't have positivity. Meaning that again, what's innate in you and something that you already have in yourself is positivity. You have to take it away, right? This is a gift that has to be taken away from you before it actually affects you. So let that mull around in your brain just a little bit. Okay, so negativity is the absence of positivity. So you are born and having something in you that is positive. So everybody's naturally that way. Now again, some people choose to be negative, and that's their choice, and that's their right to do it. I mean, as human beings, that's their right to do that. Now, it's also your right to say, hey, you know what? I don't want to be a part of that. Like, that's not something that I wanted. That's not something that I want in my life. So think about that too. You don't need to have you don't need to have negativity in your life if you don't want to. So, in looking at that, okay, you're supposed to be built for that. How about this? Not only are you supposed to be built for that, but whenever you're built for it, you're actually healthier whenever you have it, okay? This is research done by the Mayo Clinic, all right? I'm going to read you off some stats here that they've seen. I mean, and that right there is a reputable source to be floating these statistics out there, right? They know what's up, right? They have things that they can show to be able to be like, hey, here's some stats for you. Okay, you ready? Research into positivity, effects of positive thinking and optimism on health. Okay, it increases your lifespan. Okay, so you're literally just gonna live longer because you're thinking positively. You're literally going to be living longer because you're positive. You have lower rates of depression. Okay, so that means that I mean that one's kind of pretty obvious, isn't it? Like, I'm happy, so I'm not depressed. You have lower levels of distress. So for those of you who don't know, there are two types of stress in this world. There is eustress and there is distress. Distress is the bad kind. Eustress is like the kind that, believe it or not, in short doses can actually give you a net positive. And those are the ones that, like, you know, whenever you get scared at a movie theater and all of a sudden you have that jump. Okay, but distress is like this ongoing deal where it's just going to constantly nag you. It's like worrying is basically what distress is. You actually have greater resistance to the common cold. So you're going to be sitting there and you're going to be able to really actually like fight off diseases. Are you kidding me? So you're going to be able to be healthier overall. Even just being able to stay away from something that's a virus. A virus, people. Something that they don't even know how to cure yet. But they're saying that just by being positive, you're going to stay away from that. Like, how cool is that? But better psychological and physical well-being, as well as cardiovascular health and reduced risk of cardiovascular disease. So, whenever you do that, you're actually helping out your heart by being positive, right? You know, I know that your mom always said, lead with your heart and everything's gonna be okay. Well, she was right, all right? Your mama was right. She knew what was up, okay? she knows that by being positive, you're actually going to be keeping yourself healthy and happy. How cool is that? So you're actually going to be helping out your heart whenever you're doing that. You're also going to have better coping skills during hardships and times of stress. And I'm going to be going into that even a little bit more on like the cause and effect of that. Kind of like what that means. Like in a practical sense. Oh man, I thought that guy was going to die. But, so, overall health benefits, if nothing else for being positive, if you want to live longer and like honestly live happier, you can do that just by being positive. Like, and not only that, whenever you are positive, you want to live longer in that positivity. So I mean, it has like a double effect. It just keeps feeding off of one another. So whenever I say that you have better coping skills during hardships and times of stress, it opens your mind up to creativity. It increases in creativity, self-confidence, and it opens your possibilities in your life and has a ripple effect similar to trickle-down economics. And for those of you who don't know what trickle-down economics are, basically it's like a way that you spend $1 here, and then a ripple effect happens because your dollar goes to this person, this person, this person, this one, right? Like you spend $10 at the gas station. Those $10 go to this person to help salary, this person to be able to get all these different things, and then it also helps like pay the clerk and do all these other awesome things for people. That's trickle-down economics, right? Like if you spend $1 here, how far is it actually gonna go? So, Camo, thank you for the host, brother. Thank you. So, with that in there, whenever it opens up your mind and increases creativity, did you know that people who consider themselves creative and people who don't consider themselves creative have very little difference in what they can actually do? Okay? If you consider yourself created, or I'm sorry, I said that wrong. So if you consider yourself creative, right? You are, just by simply thinking that, did you know you automatically become more creative? It's true. Whenever they did a certain scientific experiment, the guy's name is Fredrickson. So it refers to this as a broaden and build theory because positive emotions broaden your sense of possibilities and open up your mind, which basically in turn allows you to build new skills and resources that can provide value in other areas of your life. So being positive will literally open up your mind, and I'm not saying that like, hey, it'll open up your mind like all these other crazy, like crazy drug open up your mind type stuff. But I mean, I am saying that it's going to help you out tremendously. I am saying that, like, without a doubt. So, with that, you get to open up your mind to possibilities just by being positive. Think about that if we're going into times of, really honestly in this country, of things that we have no idea what's going to happen, right? There are stuff that unfortunately, we just don't know what the outcome's going to be. So, it's just kind of crazy. So, with that though, by being positive about it, you can think up different ways to come up with creative solutions. So whenever you think about this, one thing that I want to bring up too with that, so whenever you come up with creative ways to be able to solve problems and just make the world a better place, think about this. Think about any individual, okay? Any individual who has accomplished something huge, okay? Accomplished something big with their life. Think about that. Think about them right now. Are they positive or negative people? Seriously, are they positive or negative people? Do you think that whenever we went in and did these different, whenever these different people in history have done all these amazing, crazy things, that they were just sitting there and saying, oh, hey, by the way, I don't think that this is going to work, but I'm going to do it anyway. No, they went up there, they knew that it was going to work, and they had confidence in themselves, and they knew in a positive manner that this was going to get done, and that this was worth their time. They didn't just, like, go up there and be like, oh, you know what, this, you know, man, this is just not anything cool, man. You know, I don't know, other people are going to look at me funny or da-da-da-da. No. They looked at that as something that's something that they wanted to make better, and they believed in themselves. And they believed it because of positivity. So, So that's just going to give you guys a little bit, again, just like kind of a generic background. So here's something that I want everybody to do that's just like something that you can practice right here and now, right? Something that, again, I want to tell you guys that you can go ahead and be, go ahead and actually, affect yourselves right now. Like, it's something that's crazy. It's a fun exercise, all right? So if y'all are ready, go ahead and real quick, I'll set the timer here for 30 seconds. And here a second, what you're going to do, first get into a state where you're kind of sitting there. Relax your shoulders. Kind of put your, and if you guys want to do this seriously, this will make you happier right now. Like right now, okay? Loosen up your shoulders, okay? Notice them becoming looser. I want you to put your hands down on your lap, open them face up. So kind of almost like you're holding something, right? And then for 30 seconds, what I want you to do is you're going to smile. That entire 30 seconds. That's it. You're just gonna smile. You don't really have to do anything. Just do that. Relax. And we're gonna do it to a song that is ultimately positive, and you can't not have it. But yeah. So for 30 seconds, do it now. Starting now. I have a timer going, so I will tell you when that is. Okay? Keep going. Right now, while you're sitting there, smiling, think about something fun you did recently. Think about something that not only that you just did, but think about hobbies. Think about being here. Think about hanging out with everyone. Think about your passions and what you like to do on a regular basis. Think about all these awesome things that you can do and how relaxed you feel right now. Boom. Okay? You can stop smiling now. Okay, here's a fun fact. Whenever you smile and whenever you relax and you just kind of sit there and relax, you are actually, I mean quite literally, your brain is having these sensory overloads that are going to shoot through all these different negative thoughts and negative assessments of yourself. And what you're doing right there is you're effectively making yourself think positively, okay? That is something that literally you can do anytime. Just by smiling, you are literally making yourself more positive, even if you're thinking something negative, even just by smiling, because your brain is producing a toxin that's basically a happiness drug. So, fun fact, something you can do whenever you want to. Just sit there, kind of smile, do it for 30 seconds, relax, you'll be good to go. But to kind of wrap this up, again, I don't want to leave you guys with something that you can't do just something that you can do whenever you're at home or whenever you're thinking about just kind of things that you're trying to get through. A couple things that are going to increase your happiness and increase your positivity, okay? The first one is either doing meditation or mindfulness, or being just more mindful and more present in a moment. Or honestly, if you're gonna think about this, fake it till you make it. I'm sure that most of you have heard this several times, and it's true. If you fake it till you make it, it will actually have an effect on you, okay? Whenever you fake being positive, even if you think positive thoughts saying, I'm not really positive right now, but I'm going to think positive thoughts and I'm going to think positively, eventually your body's going to start getting used to it because it wants to be in that state of homeostasis where, again, you were born to be positive, okay? You're born to be positive. So being more mindful, doing meditation if you can, but honestly, even if you're just at a basic level, just think positively, 30 seconds a day, and I guarantee you will see noticeable results, okay? Noticeable results. Second one that you can do is the arts. So whether that be something to where you're basically drawing something, you're painting, you're doing one of those adult coloring books. Popcorn, thank you for the bits, man. I appreciate it. Positivity, exactly. The English dude saying positivity knows about it too. Whether that be acting, whether that be honestly going on and doing something like casting, doing something that you love to do, that's an art form. That's something that actually completely opens up your mind and makes you not only just more creative by practicing, but it opens up your positivity channels within your brain. So along with the arts, play, and play. That's right, I said it. Play. Have fun. Do something that you enjoy doing. If you're literally sitting here like, I don't even find joy in this, I don't even find joy in that, you know what? there is something that you find joy in. If there is one thing in your life that you know that you enjoy, I'm assuming that all of you like playing video games. You wouldn't be on here if you didn't like it, right? And so, like, that is stinking awesome. Like, that's something that I want you to know that, whoa, all my hype's going nuts right now. So whenever you do that, play is going to get you so much further in life, okay? It's going to get you so far. And then the final one is gratitude expression, okay? Woo! That's what I'm talking about now. A generic user is now coming to Neverland. Welcome to Neverland, generic user. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to Neverland, where we make dreams happen. And by the way, guys, I hope you appreciated my new alert, because I'll talk about that here in a moment. But gratitude expression. So this is something that you do to other people, okay? Again, that ripple effect that I was talking about. If you right now go on there and then actually say to one of your friends, hey, I appreciate you, or I'm grateful for you, that is going to not only trigger something in you, that is going to trigger something in them, and then it could potentially have something that is going to have on someone else. So think about that. Gratitude expression is something that is phenomenal, okay? Phenomenal. And so keep doing that, okay? Keep giving it to other people. I want you guys to do that, and that's going to really, really help other individuals, okay? So that kind of wraps up everything. Woo! That's what I'm talking about now. That's what I'm talking about now. Darth Neb, thank you. Welcome to Neverland. Happy to have you. Welcome, 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 where we make dreams come true. Appreciate you stopping by the stream. Appreciate you guys being here. So that kind of wraps up as far as for just the overarching topic of positivity. And so next week we'll be talking about a different subject. And so every single week we are going to be going over different topics that are within positivity. Okay, so whether that be positivity in friendships, positivity at work, positivity in like in an overall community, positivity in being physical, right? Like those actual physical things that I was talking about and how you can increase those. These are different things that that right there, it's going to get you to a point where you are living a more positive life. Okay, just follow me along with this. You guys are going to enjoy it. I'm so stoked to be able to be sharing this with you guys and talk about some of the things that I'm passionate about. And yeah, so just remember, it's your choice in your life, so choose to be happy. All right. Whew. So that's a little bit